Hey man, I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear. I didn't hear you. I was like, "What's going on?" I was like,
Oh,
"Dude."
still. Well, anyone, I just want to say welcome everyone to the show. You already know who I am, Don Vic. I have a great person here, a great guest coming on the show, Jeffrey Mycek. He's a boxer, and thank you for coming on the show, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You know,
Um,
it's. I'm excited to have you. Um, I seen your show. I mean, you're live the other day. I know you spoke about autism.
mhm.
And I'm just like blown away the fact that you have it and you're a boxer,
Yes.
you know, and that is amazing to me. What's up, Zachary Johnson in the building?
Oh boy.
Um, yeah, we got Zachary. What's up, Zachary? So, you know, before we get into even talk about your autism, let's
Mhm.
talk about let's talk about your boxing career.
Okay.
Um, what got you into boxing?
What got me into boxing? I was originally a pro wrestler. I had studied pro wrestling for a few years. When I lived in uh, the Philadelphia area. Shout out to my Phillies. I was happy
Yeah.
when they always win. Um, but it was after an event. There was a young man. He had a YouTube channel, and he was calling out people, calling out boxers. And I'm like, he, I could beat him. I literally said I could beat this kid. And I hooked up with a guy named Christopher Ice Booker, Iceman himself. And I mean, he said, "Okay, I'm going to train you." And he started teaching me, training me, and um, I was like, "Great!" I started falling in love with the sport. I've always been a fan of the sport. I've loved boxing forever. I'm an Arturo Gotti guy. I always tell everybody. Everyone's like, "Oh, Mike Tyson." No, no, no. Arturo Gotti was my guy. Um,
Okay.
and him versus Mickey Ward, those three fights were legendary. And then I said, you know what? Maybe it's time I should do it. And then when I saw that kid post this video, I actually challenged him. I flew all the way out to Colorado, and we have fought officially 3 times. The third one was a beef fight. And it was really good. I mean, we kind of settled the beef with Street Beefs. And then I saw Street Beefs, fell in love with that. And 3 years later, it's been magic ever since. I always tell people, I said, 3 years, and now officially, if you combine everything, 50 fights officially in the
What?
year. In 3 years, I've done, and this is going to the book because I write all of them down.
Okay.
If you take, geez, this is first fight was 2019, March 23rd, and the last one was this past Saturday with the fairgrounds with my entire fight team, and it was my 50th fight. With everything, it's been a heck of a ride. Like my record with Street Beast is 30-2. With everything, uh, 34 wins, 6 losses, 6 draws, 4 exhibition bouts, and 11 KOs.
Wow, that's amazing. You're like super dope. The fact that you have autism, like you should be like the spokesperson for the National Organization of Autism.
I would love to do that. Trust me. I'm like,
Oh, like you are like super energy. You're like the right person to be talking to these kids and to inspire them and to give them, you know, inspiration and and to let them know that they can accomplish anything that they want to. you're the right guy for this. Like, if anybody's watching out there and that's doing a national,
I'm sharing this right
international,
now with everybody. That's why I have my
yes,
laptop over here.
please do, because you're like, dude, you should be the spokesman for the national organization for autism. Like, for real, for real. And these kids will love you. I mean, you don't know what doors you might open for these kids. You know, what type of inspiration you're gonna bring to these kids. Man,
Hold that thought. I'm going to grab something. It's hanging up on my wall. Let me grab this. I'm going to show you guys something. One sec.
okay, cool. Yes, people. So you guys should vote for Jeffrey Mycek to be a national spokesman, national spokesman for the organization of autism. I think he's doing a great job.
This is a very, very special flag. This is
my God.
the battle flag with every fighter that they all sign it. Everybody signs this. This is the official battle flag. They all sign it. I've had my opponent sign it, and I carry this. And usually it's on a pole, but when I'm not traversing, it hangs on the outside here at my house. Sharing
that is so dope.
And I mean it's huge. Like okay, now it's going out. I had to post it in like 2 group chats, and they're like, "Get the word out."
yeah,
but
that's awesome.
But I have everyone sign it. I had a lot of my opponents sign it. You know, I have family that have signed it. I gotta get a second one now. Officially get my second autism awareness flag. So,
wow, man, dude, this is big right now. I mean, if you can be the spokesperson, that'll be so. Man, you have no ideas what doors you're gonna open, and you don't know how many lives you're gonna change with kids that have autism. You know, because there's 4 types of autism.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's 4 types.
Well, there's actually there's many types of autism.
Okay.
You got everyone. You never want to isolate like, oh, you're this, you're that. No, the autism spectrum is so broad this day and age. It's insane. The folks I work at right now, I just changed jobs recently, and I shared with them that, I have it, and they were like, dude, you are nothing like normal autistics. And I tell everybody, I said, no, I'm kind of as I've been told, the mutant of the group, because everybody is different. You might have a mild form of it, you might to the severe. I really do encourage people and telling them, like, I had one of my coworkers yesterday asking me questions about their son. And I said, well, if they love video games, encourage them with video games. Tell them, hey, do you want to design a video game?
Yes.
My mom, I'm a huge weatherman. I'm one of those guys who, when I look at weather forecasts, I'm a big weather guy. Hence, monsoon comes from weather. And my mom and my whole family encouraged me with weather. When it was all revealed with the autism, there was like, whoa. And, and now with boxing, my mom encourages me. I have friends. They encourage me, like, follow your heart. So I always tell people, if you have somebody with autism, you got to encourage them every time.
Right.
I mean, it's powerful.
Right. Just see what they're engaging in, what they like most, and and push them towards that. They can become great video games. They can make their own video games, whatever it is that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Push that. But when you said that on your live, you said, I'm a boxer and I got autism. Dude, I almost fell back. I said, like when I see people with autism, because my nephew's son has autism, right? But you can
Mm-hmm.
see it. You can tell. With you, I can't really tell. I can't really tell that you have it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, there's different symptoms of it. So when I look at you, I can't tell, exactly what symptoms you might have because I don't see any.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I
they're
researched,
all they're all different.
what a person with autism hug.
Oh, I gotta write
She
that down.
said, "Hey Jeff, love your courage and passion. I would love to see you become the worldwide spokesperson for the great cause. I will work on that for you." She's amazing.
That's actually been a dream of mine. Like my dream has been to share that with folks. Like, I have a young man. I was say he's not my son. I'm gonna say
Mike
that. What's
Wagner.
up? But I call her my big sister. She's an amazing person. If she's watching, shout out to my homie. Shout out to her, Sunshine. She's one of those amazing people. Her son has autism, and I always say I fight for those who can't fight. And
Oh, I like
I'm
that.
I'm
I
dead
like that.
I'm dead serious on that. And every time I fight, she'll tell me her son's watching. And what I do with because I'm right here at my desk, I have a black magic marker or a blue one. I write her name and his name on my arm. And every time I fight, I carry them into the fight. Besides, obviously,
Wow.
my mom and my late father. So I carry certain people's names on my arm, even though I got 2 tattoos. I
Right.
carry it. I carry that
Wow.
into it, and
Yo, dude, you're amazing. You're something. You're special. You're something else. I'm telling you.
I'm a
You're
huge.
doing great things, man. you're you're dope. You're so dope. You have no idea how dope you are, bro. Like
I,
you
I
blow
will
my
tell you right
mind.
now. I'm probably one of the. Okay, I know I'm going to get in trouble for this. I don't care. When it comes to sports, besides boxing,
Right.
I don't care about. And I'm sorry to Philadelphia. Okay, I am from Philly. I'm not a big Eagles fan. I'm sorry. I like the Ravens. The
The
Ravens
Ravens.
is my team when it comes
Okay.
to football. But for baseball, is the Phillies. There's a normal thing. If they give me about 5 minutes every morning, if I wake up and I hear if the Phillies lost, and I'll be like, they blow a 3-game run. What in the world? Blah blah blah. I go crazy on that, and I'll be like, and everyone's like, yeah. Someone will say to me, he needs like 5 minutes. Phillies lost. Like we just got done with we just played Atlanta, and I have a buddy who's a huge Braves fan. He's on my fight team, and he and I will joke back and forth. And last night I went, "You won one, we won two." Yeah, and he's joking, and like he'll bust on me on that.
Right.
Now when the Eagles do play the Cowboys, sorry Dallas, I root for the Eagles.
Yeah.
That's one of the few times, but I can tell you baseball stats. Like I can watch a whole baseball game and not move from my seat
Wow.
and study all the pitches.
Really, I don't like baseball. I can watch football and basketball. It's my two biggest sports. Since I'm from Boston, I'm a Patriots fan and a Celtics fan. You know,
You really? I know Zach will say this. You do know who the Eagles beat? It's like, oh,
So,
I witnessed that.
so Jeff, when did you realize that you had autism?
I found out in my 30s. It was kind of like the secret, but it was in my school records. People all knew it, and it then developed. Then, I got more testing, and I'm going to say right now, it was one of those things that after I got tested and it was all locked in and everything got revealed to me, it changed my life a little bit,
Right.
in a way that it reminded me of what my purpose was. But it really, in the last, I would say 4 years, it has changed me, knowing that I have it, knowing that that I have autism. And I always tell people, like, I'm a child of the 80s. Okay, I was born in 83. I'm going to be 40 next year. And what most people don't realize, in the early 80s, in late 80s, early and all 90s, we never understood the autistic brain. And even in 2000, we didn't understand it. We all put everybody in the special needs classes, learning support back in 2000. And that's where I was. And my school, loved my old high school, shout out to the Wildcats, O&J. They would put they didn't understand autism. When I went to college, because I did actually go to college, they didn't understand. They were still learning this. It wasn't until 2010 that we started understanding the autistic brain. And then here I come along and I'm like, well, I found I have autism, been tested, was diagnosed. It was actually diagnosed on my records in school, and then it evolved, and then I got tested, and it's like, what in San Juan? Like, and I knew I had it. I was a little bit bipolar. I had dual personalities. Like, there was a lot of stuff. And then when everything came out and it was all revealed, I had one or two options. One, I could let it destroy me, or two, run with it and say, you know what, I have it. I need to be an inspiration. And I hate to say that, like, I kind of ran with it a little bit, because I was like, this is who I am. Like, I have it. Well, how can I encourage people? Because my thing is, I used to teach early child care, and then I went into cooking. Go figure. And I always said I want to make a difference in the world. That's always been, like, when I was young, I said, one day I'm going to do something big. I even thought about running for office, and I said no.
Dude, you're going to make a difference. I think you can make a difference. I mean,
yeah, and then when people came up to me at street beefs, it was after the first few fights, they realized I had it. And, I told them, I said, I have autism. And from that point on, it was one of those things that people kept coming up to me, hey, thank you. And I'm very humble. I don't consider myself a hero. I'm the guy in the background going, keep it up, guys. I don't like being the front man. I'm the guy in the back who's like, hi, yeah, I'm Jeff. And when they push me forward, I'm like, do I have to? Like, I'm like, and people are like, oh, you're encouraging me, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm always grateful. Like, if people message me, I talk to them, like, or I'm at an event. This past Saturday, I was a hometown boy in front of what is now my hometown. And I was so excited. I was like, dude, I had people cheering me. I know they cheer me at Street Bees, but I had a whole crowd cheering me. And I'm like,
How cool is that? How cool is that?
That was a heart attack, because usually I have to go to West Virginia. And it's always the West Virginia guys are cheering for it. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm the outsider in this one. Mm-hmm. So it was a very unique experience. But like I said, I do also have the bad days. I have the days where, and we all have them. All autistics have them. They will go crazy, or again, God bless Sunshine. Sunshine, she can tell you, um, it was one of those. She'll get the brunt of it. My mom, God bless her, Mama Demon, she gets the brunt of it sometimes. There are people around me that are just like, Jeff is not in a good mood. It's going to be one of those days. And I'm like, I know, but
So what would you say is a bad day for you?
a bad day is if I get up and it's the littlest thing, and it could be something so trivial, like someone says, "Hey, we're not going to hang out today. We're going to hang out tomorrow," or "Hey, I said this, but I meant this," and it starts snowballing. Like every little thing gets bad, and I don't want to be around people. And then if I hear like, something happens and it freaks me out, or if, hey, we're changing the schedule, you're going to go here, or the normal routine gets disrupted, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And it freaks me out for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then my whole day's ruined. And then and everything I think is bad. I think I'm screwing everything up when really I'm doing an amazing job. And I'm like, no, this is not good. Everything has to be perfect. This is perfect. Oh, wait a minute. I have to wear a mask today? No, I don't want to wear a mask. No, this is like, it's the littlest things that build. Like I have to be at work at 7:00 and I show up at 7 on the dot. That upsets me. I want to be there 10 minutes early. That's my routine. Show up 10 minutes early, grab a cup of tea, start my day, hit the ground running. That's how, I'm done. I eat lunch at 10:30 or 11:30. I eat lunch at 11:30. Now 11:31. That would be a bad day. Like even though it's a couple minutes late, it disrupts it. But by the end of the day, it could start really bad. And then, I'm going to go spar tonight. I'm going to go punch somebody. I'm going to go for a swim. Or say, hey, I'm picking you up. We're going to go get ice cream. Okay. And I drop, and it changes. Or, with my new job, like we were under the gun, and my boss comes up to me and says, "You're my favorite employee. You're rocking it. Everything you do right now, you're doing it. You don't miss a beat. You're learning. You're adapting." And I was like, "Thanks." But I get all excited about that because it's like, hey, a pat on the back. So something bad. If it's a bad day, it'll take like 2 or 3 things, and 30 minutes later, boom. Now, yeah, there's a lot of, no, I'm not going to work. I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing this. But that's where, my close circle, the very core team. Case in point, if I'm sparring today and I just keep getting hit a lot, and it gets me upset, and I go, this is not working. Why am I not doing this? It affects me. But then the next day I could have a home run day.
Right. Did you inherit the autism, or spontaneously you?
It's, from what I'm gathering, it's a lot of it is environmental. It's not genetic. This ginger stuff stinks. One of my coworkers said, "You should try this ginger drink," and I'm like, "Yeah, all right, drink neoprene." Sometimes it's environmental. You can't find it out like what it is. You have to. Autism is not by vaccinations. I didn't get it from my mom. I didn't get it from my dad. It's the environment. Sometimes it can be environmental. It can be social. Mine's a lot of social. I'm very if the day gets bad, if I'm in a new situation, new. It takes a while. Now, going if it's a cage and I know I'm going to fight, I'm focused on the fight. I don't care about who's all around me. I'm going to the fight. I'm knocking you out. You're in my cage. That's all I'm focused on that, and that blocks the environment that I'm in. So,
does your autism affects you remembering anything?
every now and then, but if you ask me, and this scares people, if you ask me to remember something from 3 weeks ago, I can pull it out. I can pull out dates like crazy. I did a test one day in front of my friends where I listed all the presidents in chronological order. And they're like, how did you do that? I'm like, I just do it. I can see stuff, remember stuff. If my coach says, do this, I remember it. Oh, I got to do this when this is thrown. It's a never ending story with me where I'm always like, I'm focused on everything.
Well, I got to check myself because I forget stuff. After 5 minutes. I forget. I forget. So I got to check myself. I remember in school when I was going to school, we had the big bus, we had the small bus, then we had the medium bus, then we had the little bus. That's the one I used to be in.
Well,
I used to be in the one in the back where they used to pull it.
I carry like 7 notebooks around me. I'm always writing down. I'm like, okay, do I have this to? I have whiteboards. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 or 5 whiteboards surrounding me. And I'm always like, okay, what do I have? Okay, budget. I have like fight schedule over here. I have my YouTube channel, my work schedules, my day-to-day stuff. It's like on top of it, a laptop. And I still use a paper and pen. I tell everybody, I said, nah.
So you're a boxer. For those of y'all that just logged in, and Jeffrey's a boxer. He's known by the Demon Warrior. That's his name.
Demon Monsoon.
You changed it.
I went back to the old one because everyone was like, but they added Warrior at the end. They're like, you're the Demon Monsoon Warrior. I'm like, okay, I got 3 nicknames now. But Jesus. Everyone knows me as Demon Monsoon, so I ain't giving it up.
Okay, I see. So, when is your next fight?
I'm supposed to fight, go down to Florida tomorrow, but I got to talk to the promoter and all that. That might change. Let me see. Next one. Let's see. Where is the? Okay. Like I said, I run a tight ship.
I see.
We got Street Beats August 6th. If I'm not working, I'm doing that. If not, I'm going to be going to a place called the BBB Federation, which mysteriously I do hold one of their beautiful belts.
Oh my goodness!
This part of the hardware, my baby. I'm going to give you you got an exclusive. Killer Kyle and who I fought on my YouTube channel, Street Beast and BBB, we're going to fight again.
Wow!
In August for a 4th time because my original opponent, unfortunately, due to health reasons, he's hurt. He's going to do another point.
Right.
That will happen the 13th, and then I'm going out to our Street Beast scrapyard for an event out there. I'm going to fight one of their guys. They haven't matched me up yet. They go through that. They want to make sure I have a matchup. Then after all that, September back at Street Beefs. Then October, I'm going to our Dirty South branch for a David versus Goliath event. And probably they're going to do an outlaw here. Outlaw Fight Promotions has something. And lo and behold, I got to go back out west again for another Street Beefs fight. My original opponent for Scrapyard is going to their West Coast branch. So we agreed, let's just meet up in November. And that's going to be for Autism Awareness West Coast.
Wow.
And hopefully, I'm hoping by January or February, because I have a goal before March 21st, 2023, to be a pro fighter in the area. We're going to do a lot more amateur fights to build that record up. So there's probably going to be amateur fights in it. There's everybody will tell you, I fight 24/7. I'm training 24/7.
I don't know if I can fight 24/7. You know, I just don't know. I can probably train 24/7, but I can't fight 24/7. Okay. Now, is street beef like knuckle fighting? Is that similar?
No. Street Beefs was created by a guy by great mentor Christopher Wilmore, Scarface, and it's to promote guns down, gloves up, settle your beefs in the yard, and it has become this phenomenon. And I've been with it now for 3 years. Bulk of my fights have come from Street Beefs, and when other people wouldn't give me the opportunity to fight, Street Beefs gave me the opportunity. Hold on, let me grab it. This is my pride and joy. This is a Street Beefs belt that was given to me by the man Scarface at one of our mixers, and I have this with pride. I cherish this like it's my child.
Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing.
And if you have case in point, I'm going to use my last beef I did. The young man I talked about in the beginning of the broadcast. We had a major beef. I flew out to Vegas, and we settled it in Vegas in Street Beefs. We had a beef, we settled the beef, and now we're good friends. I had an ex-roommate. He shall not be named. We fought it out in Street Beefs. And yeah, I know, Charles. I probably would. That's my boy. We went and we settled it. Now, one thing that happens with Street Beefs is people from all over the country or around the world come to the OG yard, which is here in Virginia, Dirty South, West Coast Scrapyard. They sign up on the Facebook group page, or they sign up on Instagram, or I think they have an official page too. They go on there. You get there. Now, if you're a champion, they may pre-match you up. If it's a beef, obviously it's been set up. But what they do is you walk into the cage. They'll say MMA on one side, boxing on another. Okay. Everybody under 170 on this side, 170 and above, like me, this side. And they'll ask you, and you have to be honest. If you are not honest, it ain't going to fly. They'll ask you, what's your experience? Are you okay fighting this guy who has 3 years experience and 30 fights? Okay, good. You two, go over there, see the lady at the board, put your name on. And then you fight. They call you up, you fight 3 rounds. If you don't have a corner, they'll make sure you have a corner. And we have a great medical crew. If somebody does get hurt, we have a medical crew. They'll take care of you. Actually,
this is so dope.
My last Street Beefs, my buddy, who's our medic, was my tag team partner. And they said, we need a medic. And he yelled, the Scarface yelled and said, he's about to fight. I was like, he can't take, where he's fighting. So it was funny, like, just seeing that.
How cool
And
would it be
it
to
was
have?
awesome.
How cool would it be to have a group of kids that have autism come to one of your fights?
I would be crying because that would be a
That
dream
would
of
be
mine
so dope.
Because I would actually have all them in the cage with me. I would have them all enter the cage with me for the intro. I had
Whoa.
one of my
Whoa, we gotta make this happen. We gotta make this happen.
one of my fights. It's Demon Monsoon versus Berserker. You'll see this. You'll hear this. I'm wearing a devil's mask at the time, and that's why I'm Demon. And all of a sudden, they say, Mikey, this kid Mikey had autism. And he came, like, when he first showed up, he was scared to death to walk in. I said, Mike, and he saw me. He runs up to me, bear hugs me, and I said, Mikey, come here. And we're going through all the cages. Like, I'm going and showing him the cage. And I said, yo, try to get me. And I said, do you want to meet people? He goes, yeah. He held onto my hand, and I walked into every single person that knows me. I said, this is Scarface. This is Iraqi Assassin. This is Esteban. This is him. Then he came into the cage with us with the battle flag, and he's like swinging it.
Wow, that's so dope.
On the second round of this fight, you can see it in the background. He's waving this thing like crazy because the end of the fight, I stopped the guy in the second round. I'm in tears because I hug my coach, and he comes in. He jumps into my arms with the flag. People were all crying. They were cheering because they knew this kid had autism. They knew I had autism. And he's on the flag like his hero. And he stood there with me when they announced the winner. The Wolverine, Corey Willis, announced me that I won. And I was in tears afterwards because I was just like, and Mikey's all excited. And, then he left. He went back. And it was one of those moments. Always being up to Wolverine. Corey, my last event, he had a fighter fight on the same card. They were the first fight. When he saw that I was fighting next, he said to his wife and their little girl, who they all love me. I love them to death. They're family to me. They said, we're staying to watch Demon fight. They stayed to watch me fight. And I was just like, that's my family. That's my brother. Like, that's the brotherhood of street beefs that has got me.
Listen, yo, you have no idea how many people you are inspiring right now. And the fact that, first of all, I would love to come out to one of your fights and see one of your fights, and I would love to be there, with a group of kids that have autism to share you, to support you and cheer you on, because like I said, man, you are
the lady that does it all is Sunshine. Actually, I'm going to tell her. I'm going to mess it. Actually, it's funny. So I have my laptop next to me. Like, everyone's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm
yes.
I want you to talk about you now. She's like my big sister. She lives out in Iowa. I don't know what I'd do without her. I'm going to say that now. She is, anybody that knows Sunshine knows that she's a huge blessing. She puts up with more of my, how do I put this? When I've had one of those days, she gets it head on. And it's like, and she has a family. She does so much up, but she's like, I got you, bro. I got you. But Sunshine is the lady you want to talk to.
Okay.
Like I said, I kind of like that. Have everybody with folks with autism be like, because we did World Autism Day was the day of Street Beefs. I had a fight cancel, which got me annoyed, obviously, because I was like, we hyped it. So my best friend, Wicked One, stepped in, and of course, Wicked said something dumb. And I was like, I heard that, and I hit him so hard. I was like, and he's like 135 pounds. Okay.
Oh God.
I was 200. He ticked me off because he said something stupid, and I was like, "Don't ever say that again." But but it's what friends do sometimes. You got to beat up your friends occasionally. We fought.
I got a lot of friends that want to beat up.
We fought like 3 times. I'm gonna say it, but Sunshine's the lady. If you want to come down, talk to her. Sometimes we definitely make sure Sunshine will make sure I get a fight. But as I said, there are sometimes people come out there. Oh, I don't want to fight that guy. I don't want to fight that. I'm like, I just want to fight. Like I tell people, I said, I don't look at records. I don't care if I'm 30-1, 50-1. I don't care about your records. I just want to fight and have a good time. Like I said, I did my 50th fight with my whole team, and I was we had a mixer that got canceled, and then we had the street. Then we had 2 weeks, and then we had the outlaw, and I was so happy that my 50th fight was with my entire crew, and Mama Demons cheer me on. My buddy Country Boy James is like cheering me on, and everybody was cheering me on.
Right,
Street Beast, the West Coast, you felt that energy, and it was awesome. Like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, and especially my mom.
We got Sandy.
See, I say her name.
Mom?
That's Mama Demon.
Hi, Mom. Mom, you have an amazing son. He is something else. Okay. You did a great job. You did a great job raising this guy. Okay.
I tell her she's a saint. Her. I'm gonna say now, if she raised me, Sunshine's guiding me.
Well, that's the thing. I would like for to talk to Sunshine if you can make that happen, so I can put some ideas. Bring up some ideas. Oh, she is. Hey, Sunshine, what's up? Sunshine, we hey, listen, we brought you with our thoughts and our heart. So, Sunshine.
Oh my goodness, I do it. The moment I say, "Hey, I'm talking about you."
Yes, you listen. You got some powers with you too, brother. So, Sunshine, me and you have to talk off camera because I said to Jeffrey about bringing some children that have autism to one of his fights, but we don't want him crying while he's fighting.
No. That can be after.
Don't want his opponent thinking that he's hurting them, but we have that idea to bring some children to one of his fights because I think that what Jeffrey's doing is, listen, I have no words for that. It's amazing. It's fabulous. And he should be, what I said, he should be the person for the National Organization of Autism. He should be the spokesperson for the National Organization of Autism. This guy is amazing. And he truly inspires. He inspires me. Okay. And I'm sure he inspires a lot of people. Doris, my friend Doris, she's from Baltimore. She has a kid that has autism, and she said that she's willing to bring her son to see one of Jeff's fights.
Well, I'm going to say this right now, and I got a bust on her. I got a bust on Sunshine. Her and I have been friends for now. It seems like we've been family. We're family.
My son Jacob looks like the demon. That's awesome.
I gotta share this about Sunshine.
Okay.
She's been with me since day one, since I started boxing.
That's
and
awesome.
I know I'm going to get teary eyed. And I'm gonna say it. You know, every day I make posts, I post stuff, I tag her, and like I'll sit down for lunch and I'll see stuff, and I always look out for street beefs. They're my family, but Sunshine, I always say she's my big sister. She's family to me. She got me closer to my mom.
Awesome.
My mom and her, you know, are always talking. And you know, God bless my mom. Sorry, Mom, you're 76. I love it. My mom is
she's young. She's young.
My mom's my hero. I'm going to say it right now. My mom and Sunshine. If someone asked me who is the core of my team, like if I had to pick who was the rock of the whole thing, I never tell my faith. I keep my faith to myself. I always said, you know, the big dude upstairs, when he says it's time to go, it'll be my time to go. But I look up to my late father, but Sunshine and my mom are the two that, you know, before I go to bed every night, I always say my prayers. I was raised that way. You say your prayers. And trust me, she looks at you like a daughter, Sunshine. And after I thank my coaches, Coach Lee, Coach James, and Corey, Face, everybody, I say an extra prayer for Sunshine and my mom. And because those two, when I'm having doubts with me, they're right there. When I have a health scare, they're right there. When I'm going through, if I have one of my episodes, they're right there saying, you got this. My last fight, the first person in a group chat that my phone was exploding because everyone was talking about it. Sunshine tells me, I'm so proud of you. You did it, blah, blah, blah. And she's showing me, saying me all this stuff. And then Mom messages me, King Madness is right there. Like, there were people that, but the first two people, every fight I hear is, besides my coaches, is my mom and Sunshine. And during the live stream at this fight, Sunshine said, I told people, unleash the beast. Here's the thing. Someone yelled at, and then I come to find out it was Sunshine telling somebody, please yell it. And here's somebody yelled it, and I did it for her. And, you know.
That's so cool.
And like I said, Sunshine will tell my mom, Jeff's up. And Sunshine brought my mom and I closer together. And, you know, when I'd be out there. Okay, now we know who it was. I wonder who it was. But she's been there with me. Like, I'll have those, like I said, those bad days. She's right there. Sunshine looks out for me. Where I'm at, she'll be like, I gotcha. When I would drive back and forth from Street Peace events, when I lived in Delaware before I moved down here, she'd get the update. Yeah. I will hear, people will yell, Sunshine says this, or if somebody will hold fun and says, Sunshine said do this. And I'm like, it's like, or Mama Demon. And, you know, those two, and then you add my buddy James, Wicked, my coaches, the layers upon layers. It all came down to Sunshine giving me the chance to go to and saying to Scarface, put this guy in. And, you know, I always say April 6, 2019, that started it. Besides March 23rd, my first ever cage fight.
Right.
But, you know, when I went out to Vegas this last trip, she was there making sure I was safe. She made sure, like, I got on the plane okay. See, I talk about the West Coast. They appear. What can I say? Hold on.
Thank you,
Demon
Alex,
with
for
how about this? How about this? Demon wants $1 billion. Nah, ain't gonna happen. But I'd probably give it all away. But when I went out to Vegas this last trip, she was right there with me. She made sure, I was good. She said to Alex, she made sure. Oh, there's my tag team partner, my medic. That's James. That's Country Boy. They all take a
welcome.
Sweet.
Yes.
Sunshine's like I said. And the funny thing is, I'm 39, but I always tell everybody I'm 16 years old. I'm the little kid. I'm the little kid in the thing. But when you have family like that, when you have friends like that,
the support you got a big support team. That's major. That's major for what you're doing.
I know they all want to see that. This I'll put it closer to the camera. That's the medal I won at my last fight. So
Outlaw. Okay.
Yeah, that was 50.
Okay.
50
So,
is a group. Oh my God.
I think that what you're doing is fantastic, and knowing that you have autism, and man, like I can see you doing so much for these, for the kids and for the adults that have it, and I think bringing them to one of your matches, for those that never been to a match, man, will love it. It's like you will open a whole new world for them, and
that's my goal. Like, I'm case in point. The reason why I want to be a pro fighter. The reason why I want to be a pro fighter is I want to show anybody with autism, anybody on that spectrum. I don't care if you're nonverbal, if you're verbal or not, so you can do this. You can achieve it. I'm about to celebrate, and I still can't believe I've done this. I have a YouTube channel. We're in our 16th season. I took a little break and then really brought it back. We're going to celebrate our 20th anniversary. And I've been building this. The 20th anniversary is to celebrate everything about what's been this grand foundation. And I told everybody, I said, I was going to end it at 15. I'm like, I'm done with that. No. And it was like the last few months, knowing I was going to do a 20th, and we did the 16th season, kick it off. I said, it should be the road to the pro. And I told my mom, and I'm going to share about my mom. She had one of these autism hats on. And she shared this with a stranger. I think it was a stranger. Mom, if you're watching, I don't know who it was. She goes, my son's going to be a pro boxer.
Wow.
And since I've gained so many new sons, a couple grandchildren, and a beautiful daughter. Yep. My mom shared this and to hear my mom say that, I was like, it was the passion and drive. This last fight, I dropped 23 pounds.
Whoa.
I went down to 187.
Wow.
I cut so much weight. So much weight. And I got the 187. And, I gave up drinking soda. And that's my pet. I gave up ribs. Everybody should know I'm a rib man. Find me good ribs, you're safe. And I have a tradition. After every fight that I've had since January, I would not eat ribs until I got down to near 180 to 185. We stopped my weight cut at 187. I looked so trimmed. I felt so different. And, I was so proud of all that work. When my coach came up to me, Lee Schweitzer and Noah, they all said to me, they go, dude, that was your greatest fight. The dude was very fast. He was agile, but I matched him. I rewatched that fight so many times. I'm like, and I messaged the guy who I fought in Vegas. I said, what do you think about this fight? Blah, blah, blah. And we're talking as I'm training. I'm cutting weight. I'm telling my mom, please lock me away. Get this, let this end. And, it was Sunshine. It was my mom. It was Daniel. It was Coach James. Everybody's pushing me, saying, you got this. You want this? How bad do you want this? Josh, wow. How bad do you want this? Lee, how bad? I'd weigh myself every day, and I'd be like, and I'm jugging, and I'm drinking 2 gallons of water, and I'm like going to the bathroom every 30 minutes, but I made the weight. I cut all that weight, and what was motivating me was kids with autism, people was, he was a grouch losing weight. Yeah, I know. My mom was, that's true.
I like that, Sandy. Thank you.
Yeah, there were days where I was like, lock me away. I did, I went up to see her as I was in the middle of this weight cut, and I'm like, I want this, I want that. And, my big thing was, I needed to prove to myself that I could do it. Right. And, that's something I want those who are hearing me out is this. I'm the guy in the background. Everybody went, oh, go up front. I'm like, okay. Hi. It's like, my dad and my mom told me to be humble. And that's my big thing. I will, if somebody needs to show off their back, here you go. I got you. You need a ride? As long as my car is working, I got you. We haven't gotten into it, but I have what's called episodes where my brain says, we're done with you. Our brain is no more. We're going to shut you down for a while. And I have to take CBD oil, and, everybody's there making sure I have it. And God bless that. But I always tell people, I said, I have to fight my own demons and my own struggles so that you all can see it. I told you could do it, and you did it. And I did. Sunshine, yeah, you're always right. When in doubt, Sunshine's always right. And like I said, that's that support system we talked about. You got to have a good support system.
Yes, definitely.
And I get to say, yes, it's great seeing gold. I like it, but this is my thing. This might be mine. But it's everybody around me. It's theirs. Wow. I go, what the heck? I got to share a story with you. I'll share a story with you. I always tell stories, so bear with me. Coach James. This is something I talked a little bit on my live streams. I had this amazing fight. I had this amazing 50th fight. My coach is the main event. And I'm in tears because I'm on the card with my entire crew. And I'm like, oh my God. I walk in. He looks at me. He had that look like he's getting ready for his fight, but there was something with the rules. He came out with me. He made sure I was okay. Then we went back. Then I went out and fought. I get back there, and the next group had already gone out for their fight. He looks at me, and he gives me a hug, and I'm crying because he got me to that point. He helped me cut weight. The night before, he let me stay at his house to make sure I cut weight. He was there with me through this whole thing. and he's main eventing. And I told him right to his face, I said, whatever happens, you do this for me. You go out there and you whoop that man's butt for me. I said, you're my inspiration. You're my hero. You're my mentor. And it was a split decision draw. I say he won, but that's my opinion. It's MMA. I'm still learning that. But I carried the battle flag with him. And it was James in front, Coach Lee, Noah, then me. I was the third person right there. And I made sure like he knew I was there with him. Besides our whole team was there. But I made it a point. I was like, and I'm screaming, like, you do this. You do like, and it's like, Mama Demon says this. Like, because that was, he's such an inspiration. And when you're main eventing, oh, that's just my fighter. I don't care. No. Yeah, he'll be fine. No, he made sure through the whole process I was good. He's main eventing in his hometown, and he stopped for 2 minutes to make sure I was good. Then after my fight, he watched my fight. He could have stayed in the back, ignored it, like, no, I'm not going to worry about it. He was out there watching me, and I'm like, that, and that's a coach.
Yeah.
Coach Lee Coach Lee was cornering me, and Sunshine obviously screaming.
Yeah, that's what the coach is supposed to do: is be at your corner, support you, just like your family and friends be there support. Because a lot of people don't know that when you're a fighter and you have your supporters there, family members, kids, wife, coaches, even other fighters backing you up, that's an extra boost for you as a fighter. Because you're not there alone. You got these people that got your back. They're cheering you on. And sometimes it takes one person to say one word and the beast come out. The beast come out.
You know who the last person and it's a tradition, and she knows it. The last tradition that I have is one of the biggest things is my mom. I call my mom. She's the last person I talk to. I say, you have anything to say to the old demon? And she's the last person I talk to on the phone. I will not take no phone calls, nothing.
Right.
Except for my coaches in front of me and who's warming me up. They're the last people but my mom is the last person. The first person I call on the phone is Mom. Now, it might be an hour later because I'm on that adrenaline high. She knows she's only a phone call. I will say, as soon as we had these two fights over, they took an intermission. They're like, "Where's Jeff?" I had 2 sodas in my hand. I said, I've been waiting for this. And I started chugging it. I was like, they're all laughing. They're just like, really? I was like, 8 weeks, no soda. I've been waiting for this.
Wow. That's awesome, man. Listen, we don't run out of time, but you are an amazing guy and you got my support. I'm definitely would love to come and see one of your fights. So Sunshine, we need to talk because there's some ideas that I have that I know Jeff would love if we appear in one of his fights with a special team coming there to support him.
Well, like I said, we have the OG events are the first Saturday of each month. I know there's a mixer in September. That's my big sister.
I love her. I love her already. So Jeff, that's one thing that we can plan. Maybe Sunshine can help me put it together. Bring some kids out to watch your fight.
That'd be awesome.
Autism fight night, like you said, autism fight night. to represent, the people with autism, and you can bring out your belts because that is going to inspire them once they see a boxer that has autism with a belt. That's going to be huge.
Correction, not one. Yo, remember, not one.
Two.
This is I'll say this. Get the Street Beast one, and then you got BBB. This is my baby. I was like, oh, see, she's already telling you the dates. These are my babies. I'll say that.
My birthday is the 23rd of September. So the 17th, it has to be on the weekend because
they're on the weekends.
Oh, that's awesome. So we can probably do the 17th of September, but we'll talk about it, Sunshine. Just a friend request me on my Facebook, and we'll talk, and we'll try to see what we can come up with. And I would love Jeff to maybe before the fight do a speech, and talk a little bit about his, real briefly about his accomplishment, and being autistic, what he's accomplished. That'll be so dope.
That'll be like fight 53, 54.
Yeah, but listen, I think that what you're doing is amazing. I mean, I have no word for it. You're special, and I think, guys, this is what I said to him earlier. He should be a spokesperson for the National Organization of Autism. Let's go, Jeff. I vote Jeffin. I don't know. I vote Jeffin. Okay.
I'm very bright red. Jesus,
for real, dude. Like you have no idea how special you are. I see it in you. I think you do great. And I think you will open up a whole new vision for these kids, and I think they'll love the sport. My friend Doris says she'll bring her son out to see the fight. She's from Virginia,
Go Ravens.
So,
I mean,
so yeah.
Like I said, my goal has always been I want to make an impact in the world. I'm gonna be a pro fighter before I hit 40 next year. And I've always said it. We got WrestleMania in Philly when I turn 41. Woo! But 40, I will be a pro fighter so that, like I said, I want everybody out there to know, like, I don't care if you're 4 or you're 80, whatever you have with autism, you can achieve it. And, I'm living the dream. Fine, right. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted, but
hey, dude, you're a big example. You're like what it is, what it should be. Like you're it. You are the man hanging behind that flag with autism.
We got a motto with our gym. You got to give 1%. If you give us 1%. We will make. That's all they want. My rule is I don't give you 1%. I'm going to give you everything I got. Right. Every day. I don't care. Like I said, I might be up at 3 a.m. running through Harrisonburg training. Why? Because I'm crazy. But when I'm at work, I give it all. When I'm at the gym, I give it all. I don't want people to ever. There was a time where I knew some people felt sorry for me. I say, don't ever feel sorry for people. Encourage them. And that's always been my goal, is to encourage everybody to go forward, to be a beacon of hope. And my rule is, if you can change one person, I don't like the R word. I hate the R word. I'm called that a lot. And I always tell people, I say, words do hurt people, but if I can show them, hey, you got a word, I got an army. I always tell people,
That's
I
right.
said, if I feel alone, I keep it in the back of my mind. Some days, around here, it feels lonely in this house. My apartment, I'm going to get roommates probably this year because we have our own little rooms. But I always tell people that I'm never alone. I got an army.
Yes, you do.
And the person leading it is Sunshine and Scarface. Those two kind of lead it. But, the biggest thing I tell people with autism or with anything is have a support system. If you don't have a solid support system, you ain't going to go anywhere. And for parents out there with kids with autism, encourage them. Say, you know what? You want to do that? Do it. Encourage them.
That's right.
And that's 100%. How you change the world.
That's right.
Get a cat.
Your mom said get a cat. Ooh-wee. Well, this conversation is awesome. I wish we can keep talking all night, but eventually we have to go. But Jeff, I just want to say that I admire you. What you're doing is amazing. Keep going forward, and stand up for what you believe in. And for everyone that have autism, there's nothing you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Put your best foot forward. Do what you want to do. Don't let nothing come in between it, and you can achieve it. And this man right here is a great example of achievement. And I'll take my hat off to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I will be coming to one of your fights. I will be coming up with Sunshine. We'll be there, and hopefully I can bring your army with us to support you.
I will say right now, I would love that. And
Okay.
I always tell people like autistics, there's a old saying, we don't live that long. Like the average life expectancy is 50s. And I always tell people, I say, you know what? I may not have whatever the dude upstairs said it's time. But I'm going to say right now, I'm a living proof of what street beefs is. What Chris Wilmore is support those around you. I will always support fighters. I will support anybody that wants, if somebody needs help training, if they need a corner, I'm there. We're a big family. And it's people like Sunshine that open the doors, Chris Wilmore, the whole Street Beast family. They're the ones that open the door. And I always say it. When they say it's time for me to put the gloves down and I have to stop, you better believe the final bell, the final fight will be at Street Beast. Because I'm one of those guys. That's my route. And like I said, I might, turn pro. When I turn pro and all that, you can't do Street Beast. But I will always be at those events cheering the next generation. And then, after a year, when I'm done retiring as a pro, I think an old 45-year-old could get in there and have some fun,
Hey, you can probably be a spokesperson for them, for people with autism.
I would love to be. I would, as much as I love my job, I would love to go out and see the country. I mean, I do it now, but
well, Jeff, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Can you tell people real quick if they need to reach you, where they can reach you at?
Yeah, you can look me up on Facebook. Just type in Jeffrey Mycek, or type in Demon Monsoon. On YouTube, literally type in Demon Monsoon. My YouTube channel is there. We're always, when I say we have new content, we're about to do the 50th special. It's kind of been on my list of things I got to get done this week. Or you can go on Instagram. I actually don't know how to use Instagram. Just type in Demon Monsoon SB because I like Street Beast created Demon. So I always say Demon Monsoon Street Beast, but just type that in. And anybody who has questions about autism or if you need encouragement, message me. Now, I will say this. If I don't get to you, there's 3 reasons why. 1, I do sleep at night. 2, I'm at work and I really can't answer my phone because I'm making food. Or 3, I'm at the gym training my butt off, but I always tell people, you message me, I get back to you within less than 24 hours. I'm one of those people like, I will make sure I take the time. Dude, I have people in the UK that are weather guys. They know they got me. They'll text me at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, really, guys? 2 a.m.? You couldn't wait till like 6? I'm like,
how funny is that? Well, thank you for coming, Jeff. I appreciate you. You're a great guy. I'm going to be talking to you offline. I'm going to be messaging you because I'm going to need Sunshine's information. We're going to try to get something done for your next fight. Maybe we can surprise some people and have some people come out to support.
That would be awesome.
The cause. And hopefully I can meet your mom, and
well, I will say this. Mama Demon, she's up in Philly area.
Really?
I live further south. Okay. She she doesn't do that much traveling.
Okay, I get it.
I mean, but you know what? I always find a way to visit her. I'm always like, let's visit.
Don't worry. We'll find whatever mobile she needs. We're gonna find it. We're gonna bring it to one of the fights. Okay, do plane, whatever we need, a horse, whatever we need, a carriage, whatever we need. We're gonna get her there. Okay.
3 hours in a car with her will be rough. I'll say that.
Well,
love you, Mom.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'll see you soon, and good luck on your next fight.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Yes, everyone, that was Jeff Mycek on the show. Great guy and artistic. This guy is something else. You guys got to vote him in, man. Vote him in. Vote him in. Vote him in for the National Organization of Autism. He should be a spokesman. You know what I'm saying? I vote him in. Okay, guys? So, I just want to say that thank you guys for logging in. Thank you for supporting Jeff tonight. Thank you for supporting the Don Vic Show. Anyone that wants to come on the show, just inbox me. If you got a story to tell, or whatever it is that you have, any talent, reach out to me. We'll bring you on the show and we'll talk to you. Other than that, thank everybody for coming on the show. You guys are awesome. You already know what it is. It's Don Vic from the Don Vic Show. And big shout out to my brother, Jeffrey Mycek, for coming on the show. And I'll see you guys this weekend at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. I have 2 artists coming on the show. So make sure you guys tune in and show the love. And I'll see y'all this weekend. Peace, love, respect. And I'm out of here.